Hey Falcons Nation, let's talk about what's happening as we head into Week 14 against the Minnesota Vikings. Stick with me because we've got everything covered, from injury updates to the struggles we've had in the red zone. Trust me, you won't want to miss this, so make sure to hit that like button to stay updated. Let's dive in. First up, injuries. We've got some key players who might not play. Quarterback Mike Hughes and defensive lineman Arnold Ebiketie are both listed as questionable for today's game. Hughes has been dealing with a neck injury that kept him out for a few games, but the good news is he's been practicing fully all week. Still, the team is playing it safe, so his status won't be decided until game day. If he can play, it will be a huge help for our secondary against the tough Vikings offense. Now, on to Arnold Ebiketie. The rookie defensive lineman has been on injured reserve for a month with an ankle injury, but this week he returned to practice, which opens up a 21-day window to bring him back to the active roster. He started the week practicing limited, but by Friday, he was fully participating. This is great news for our defense, which will need all the help it can get to pressure the Vikings. Keep an eye on both Hughes and Ebiketie as game day approaches. In other injury news, inside linebackers Nate Landman and Troy Anderson, who have been dealing with hamstring and knee injuries, were full participants in Friday's practice. This is a huge boost for our defense. Meanwhile, wide receiver Darnell Mooney, who was limited in practice, seems to be improving. Head coach Raheem Morris is confident in Mooney's readiness, so things are looking good. It looks like we'll have our key players on the field when it matters most. Now let's switch to an area that's been frustrating lately, the red zone. The Falcons' offense has been inconsistent this season. In the first 9 weeks, we were converting red zone opportunities into touchdowns 57.1% of the time, ranking 13th in the NFL. Not bad, right? But from weeks 10 to 13, that number dropped to just 25%. During that stretch, we only scored 2 touchdowns in 8 red zone trips, both by Bijan Robinson. The rest were field goals, a missed kick, a blocked kick, and yes, an interception by Kirk Cousins. So what's going wrong? Offensive coordinator Zach Robinson says it's not just one thing. Execution, play calling, and situational awareness all need to improve. The coaching staff is working hard to figure it out, but time is running out. Penalties have also been a major issue, with pre-snap infractions pushing the offense out of scoring range several times. These mental mistakes are frustrating for both fans and coaches. Tight end Kyle Pitts put it simply, it's about cleaning up those mistakes and playing smarter football. This week's game against the Vikings won't make things any easier. Minnesota's red zone defense ranks 18th in the league, allowing a 56.3% success rate. It's a challenge, but one the Falcons can handle if they bring their A game. With a 6-6 record, every game from here on out is crucial. Will the Falcons improve in the red zone, or will we continue to struggle when it counts? That's the big question on everyone's mind. So Falcons fans, it's your turn. What do you think the team needs to do to get back on track in the red zone? And how do you feel about the injury situation heading into this crucial game against the Vikings? Drop your thoughts in the comments. There's also a lot of buzz around Kirk Cousins as he prepares for what many are calling his revenge game against his former team. It's a fascinating storyline, especially with a bold prediction from NFL.com's Mark Ross. Ross predicts that Cousins might not even finish the game. Yes, you heard that right. He believes the Falcons could bench Cousins at halftime and bring in rookie Michael Penix Jr. Ross thinks Minnesota's blitz-heavy defense, led by Brian Flores, will rattle Cousins, picking him off 3 times and intercepting him twice before the first half is over. It's a bold prediction, but it's not entirely impossible considering Cousins' recent struggles. In his last 3 games, Cousins has thrown 6 interceptions without a single touchdown. His 59.1 passer rating during that stretch has raised a lot of eyebrows. Despite this, head coach Raheem Morris has stood by Cousins, expressing confidence in the veteran quarterback. Cousins has had some strong moments this season, throwing 17 touchdowns and completing 67.4% of his passes. But since November 3rd, things have cooled off, and the Falcons have gone winless. The pressure is building, and the big question now is whether Morris will continue to stick with Cousins if the turnovers keep coming, or if he'll turn to rookie Michael Penix Jr., who's waiting for his chance. The rookie Michael Penix, the 8th overall pick, has only seen action in garbage time so far. He's completed 3 out of 5 passes for 38 yards. While it's a small sample size, the potential is there, and many fans are curious to see what he could do if given the chance. Still, making the switch mid-game against the tough Vikings defense would be a risky move. Speaking of the Vikings, this game is especially important for Kirk Cousins. Returning to US Bank Stadium, where he played for 6 seasons and 150 games, is sure to bring up some emotions. Cousins admits it will feel surreal walking into the visitors' locker room for the first time, but he's staying focused on the game. Despite his struggles, he's thankful for his time in Minnesota, calling it a period of growth and success in his career. On the other side, Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell knows Cousins well, having coached him both in Washington and Minnesota. O'Connell praises Cousins' accuracy, decision-making, and ability to read defenses. He believes Cousins can still deliver game-changing performances, but O'Connell also knows how to take advantage of his tendencies. The Vikings defense will be ready to capitalize on any mistakes. For Falcons fans, this game is more than just another matchup. It's a critical moment in a season full of ups and downs. With a 6-6 record, every game counts, and this game against the 10, 2 Vikings could set the tone for the rest of the year. The stakes are high, and all eyes will be on Cousins to see if he can silence the critics and lead the team to victory, or if Penix will get his chance to shine. So, Falcons Nation, what do you think? Should the team stick with Cousins and trust him to bounce back, or is it time to give Penix a shot? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more exclusive Falcons content. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, rise up. Let's see what happens on Sunday. Go Falcons!